Hello, parents, guardians, staff, and friends. This is Linda Luna, Superintendent of the Washington Unified School District. Today, I would like to provide an update of the work in progress for the return to school this August. First, I want to begin by saying thank you to all our students, teachers, families, administration, and support staff for all your tireless efforts in the overnight switch from regular school as we have known to a distance learning model since April 14th. Though this school year is coming to a close, our focus is on preparing for the 2020-2021 school year. As we continue to live in these uncertain times, along with very long-lasting effects of COVID-19, I can assure you of some certainty. One, education will not be business as usual. All school districts are now required to explore options and make adjustments to our educational and operational programs in order to bring students and staff back to campus. Two, in quoting our State Superintendent of Public Instruction, I quote, "There will not be a common opening of school. Instead, school districts will make their own decisions about when and how to reopen," end quote. And thirdly, safety and wellness will be our district's number one priority in all planning stages. Our plans to come back in school will require students and staff to have proper resources to protect them from any spread or recurrence of COVID-19. More guidelines will be provided to school districts in the coming weeks, but I want to assure you that planning for the 2020-21 school year has been work in progress already in Washington Unified. While creating the plan to return to school is each district's decision, all plans shall be created under strict guidelines from public health and state leaders. More importantly, one school district's plan will not necessarily work for another, so I would ask that we resist the temptation to compare ourselves with other school districts, especially outside of Yolo County. We are committed to creating plans for what the needs will be for Washington Unified students and families and staff. So what could school look like in August? Well, as of today, we will open school in some form as scheduled on August 12th, our first day of school. Reopening campuses will require special training and revising current practices to levels of disinfecting and sanitizing surfaces. All plans will assume social distancing to be implemented unless otherwise allowed. We are waiting for the county's release of our current shelter-in-place orders so that we can implement the first phase of reopening our facilities, starting with our departments and our offices. Should our shelter-in-place be lifted, we hope to allow summer programs as in the past, with limited amounts of participation due to the social distancing practices. Until we are allowed to bring back all students at one time, we are planning for multiple options. The best information we have today requires us to plan for student instruction both at school and virtual or online instruction will be needed to be reviewed to make these accommodations of both in-person and online teaching and learning. I have appreciated your feedback and responses about your experiences in our current distance learning. What we know today of our distance learning is not what we will be doing in virtual or online learning moving forward. Come August 12th, we plan to go back to regular grading systems, which means that what our students learn, it must be aligned to grade level and content standards as in the regular school year. But please know, it may not look the same. Our teachers and administration are having to review and plan for the level of expectations and that balance of rigor needed for the next school year in this new time for both in-person learning and online learning. The district is currently reviewing whether or not certain ages of students will need more time in school versus online learning. But again, I want to reiterate that what we currently have in place for distance learning will not be the same moving forward. You see, our current distance learning was temporary to help continue education in some manner during this global pandemic and health crisis. I also want to acknowledge that all of this uncertainty has been difficult for you as parents, guardians, and staff. We know that a blended model of school with days in school and then students learning at home brings childcare concerns as well. Right now, I have no easy answer, but we are looking into the amount of childcare that our facilities can safely manage for the opening of school. Many of our employees with children also face the same challenges. I also understand if some parents do not wish for their students to return to school until more is known about the virus itself. The district will also have plans in place for students who may not be able to physically return to school. We do not want to lose any students from our Washington Unified family. Last week, we received 1,499 responses from our survey of parents and staff. The district will be sending another survey later next week. We want to hear more about details and concerns prior to coming back to school. Please take a few minutes to fill out your survey later this week because your feedback and your responses really do matter. Lastly, I cannot say it enough. Information and guidance change regularly. We appreciate your continued patience and understanding during these uncertain times. But no matter what, we will come out of this challenging time with deeper levels of resiliency and strength in our WUSD family and community. Thank you.